If you watch my videos pretty quickly after they come out, then you've probably just finished watching the most recent video, but I am here getting more work done. So I'm going to be sweeping, cleaning, and then painting these stairs with Kills. I'm also going to be painting the door with Kills. So that's what I'm up to at the moment. Got the first coat of Kills done on the top of the stairs. Once that dries, I'll get all these edges done with a brush. And then I'll also go back over the fronts of the stairs. The door has to be scrubbed and then it will get painted as well. Little baby plant update. My broccoli continues to be leggy. I know it'll be fine once I plant it. I do have a true leaf coming in here and a couple others back here, so those are doing well. The most exciting news is that I have these peppers that are really doing well and germinating. I have Jimmy Nardellos on this side and paprika peppers on this side. Very excited to see those doing well. I also have okra. So okra can be started indoors or direct seeded. My green variety on this side has germinated really well indoors. My red variety on this side has not germinated well. So my plan is that when these are able to be direct sown, I'll direct seed some more red with this one, and we'll just see how it goes. The nice thing about having one that germinated is I can see how this plant does versus how the direct sown ones do, and I can note that for next year and kind of learn how I want to do those for next year. I also have some peppers germinating over here, but not as many. I'm hoping these are going to catch up with my others. I have these sitting under a humidity dome now to try and keep them a little bit warmer, and I have the heat in this room turned up fairly high so that there is just more overall warmth. I do have some onions that are doing all right. I will say they're not doing great. Normally my onions are doing better by now. They're kind of getting a little cranky, so I may just direct seed some onions outside in the next week or so. They'll get cold stratified out there and then start popping up, and sometimes they like it that way. So I might give that a try as well. And I do have a couple things sprouting up over here as well. This is the outer wall of the house, so even if I do a big renovation in the rest of this kitchen, this wall will stay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of this scrubbed and then get it all painted with Kills. Once that dries, I'll go over it with the white paint so that it'll match what I've done over there in the pantry. And then I'm also going to take down all these blinds because if you see, they are absolutely disgusting on both sides. I really don't know how that happens. I can't imagine how long these have been disgusting for it to be this level. This windowsill, I mean, look at that's outside, but still, look at that. This whole deck is gonna come down, this whole porch thing is coming down eventually, but I mean, the windowsill is filthy, the windows are filthy. There's two more of these windows. So I'm gonna get everything cleaned up on these couple of walls. Okay, I've gone ahead and washed these walls. Maybe hard to tell, but they look way better than they did. And I just went to here for now. Obviously these walls are staying. This is the wall that hopefully is not staying. So I'm not gonna do anything to that one until I know for sure, but next I'll do these walls. And when I say next, I mean next in this room. It doesn't mean it's the next thing that I'm gonna do, but it's the next step for this room. So to finish these walls, I'm going to let them dry and then paint them with Kills, and then I'll paint them white. been frozen for the last couple of days, but today we have some warmer temperatures. So I'm going to be planting a few different types of echinacea. These like to be cold stratified. I'm going to put them in the dirt while it's still a bit cold so that they can get some of that stratification before spring. I didn't really have a good place to plant them before now, and then like I said, it's been frozen. So these probably would have liked to have been planted back in fall, but this will still be fine, and we'll get a nice patch of echinacea going. So I did end up doing the kills on all these walls over here as well. So everything has kills on it except this wall, and that's because this is the wall I'm hoping to completely knock down, which will make this dining room and the kitchen that's right through there all one big space, which is the dream. I don't know if all this texture up there is asbestos or not. I'm waiting on some test results to find out. Even if it's asbestos, I'm probably going to have this wall taken out professionally and this ceiling fixed professionally, and then just go from there so that I can still take this whole weird little separating wall out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the real paint on the wall so that all the walls that are staying will be solid white, which I think will make a huge difference in here. I'm also starting to look into what to do to get this floor up. I think what I'm really gonna need is like some sort of pry bar and a mallet or whatever. I don't care about these tiles at all. They're disgusting and ugly, but getting them out the most efficient way is gonna be kind of the goal. So that's the next thing. Also, I got these new vent covers. Like, these were the ones that were in here before. You can see just how like absolutely disgusting they were. Look how dirty it is. Like, who does that? Anyway, these were at the dump. I got them for free. Somebody had just set them out, and they're not perfect either, but they're like way better than these. Eventually, once the real floor is in, I really want to get some matte black ones that are going to match all the appliances and things like that. But for now, it's nice to have some that are, there's one over there too, that are, you know, in a lot better shape than these. So happy about that. I'm gonna get to painting. Got everything painted the white. It's still drying, but I am about 90% sure we're gonna need a second coat of it. I don't have enough paint for a second coat, so what that means is it'll have one coat for a little while, and when I do get more paint, I'll throw up a second coat. But considering it started off that blue color, I'm already a lot happier with the ambiance in here, so that'll be good. I also have to get new blinds and get all these windows cleaned because they're really gross. This I actually did already clean once. I just didn't scrub it. I just wiped those out. This one's not as bad, but I mean, you can see the window itself is really dirty. I just don't think it's ever been cleaned, to be honest. So happy with the paint so far. It'll look a lot better with its second coat, and I'll keep you posted. My echinacea are planted in this section of the bed, which leaves from here all the way to the end open for other things, and then the tulips are all here. I still need to get some more soil. I thought I got enough. This is all really nice composted soil. It's been so cold that even though this has been in my car, there's these frozen blocks of it. So I'll have to watch for that to thaw so I can come back out and kind of move it around and make it a little bit nicer. I also still have to dig out this part of the back of the bed, and that's where the rest of my tulips will go. So hopefully I'll be doing that this weekend. It's supposed to be nice weather this weekend, so everything should be warm and the ground should be able to be dug. Because it's been frozen, it's been pretty impossible to dig any of that. So last week I've been redoing this pantry, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do for shelving. And I thought about building something, I thought about buying something, and at the end of the day I did end up ordering a metal shelf, which I will put over here on the screen. The reason I did that is because most of the materials that I have that I could use really turned out to be not great for anything having to do with food. So I would have to buy something anyway to build a shelf. And because that ends up being something customized for this space, that I'm not sure that this wall and all this stuff is gonna stay here for the complete remodel of the kitchen, I decided to just go ahead and buy something that I could use elsewhere in the house. Obviously this picture will be here for you while this video is playing, but these wire shelves are great for long-term food storage in the basement. So once this kitchen is set up the way it's going to be more permanently, the shelf that I bought can move down into the basement and I can use it in that space. This shelf has really been my makeshift pantry in the meantime. Part of that is because things like dishes are not going in the kitchen until the remodel because it's disgusting in there, as I'm sure you've picked up on. And then all this food storage stuff hasn't been in there because, again, it's gross in there. So once that shelf arrives, I'll be able to really organize all of this into that pantry space and clear up some space in here. This is actually going to be a beautiful bookshelf, and I'm excited to move all my books in as soon as my pantry shelf arrives and I can move all this stuff in to where the pantry will be. And probably the next step now for that space is going to be putting a second coat of paint on the walls and then starting to rip up the floor. So that's going to be a big project. I haven't ripped up tile like that before, but I'm hoping it'll be something that is, you know, demolition. It's going to be kind of cathartic, but I'm also hoping that it'll be not, you know, so challenging that it's aggravating. So that's kind of the hope. It's officially tomato season.